What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over Eddie Thawne being confirmed to return for The Flash Season 8. Now, guys, we found out that Eddie Thawne would be returning for The Flash Season 8 from a post from the actor that played Eddie Thawne, of course, back in Season 1 and whenever he returned in future seasons after that. And something I did notice was that the actor that also plays Wally West did comment on one of those videos where he announced that he's returning to The Flash, so I think it would also be really cool to see Wally West return in Season 8. But in the Instagram post, Rick Cosnett, or the actor that plays Eddie Thawne, he had long hair. Now, in the comics, there is a comic where Cobalt Blue does have long hair. However, he then cut it in the next Instagram post where he officially announced that he would be appearing in The Flash Season 8. But apparently, he's only going to be appearing in one episode. That's apparently most likely going to be episode 6, and it's supposedly a flashback to Season 1. Now, the reason why there would be a flashback to Season 1, I have no idea. Also, I don't know why he exactly would cut his hair for just one episode, so I'm really hoping that he ends up appearing in more episodes. It could also be time travel. That could also be the reason that we see Eddie Thawne return once again. So with that being said, with Eddie Thawne only being presumably only returning for one episode, that being episode 6, it's not exactly looking like he will be playing Cobalt Blue as the main villain. Of course, Cobalt Blue could still be the main villain. It could just be a different actor, something along the lines of that. But it really doesn't look like Eddie Thawne will be the main villain or a main villain, I should say, in The Flash Season 8. However, I do have a theory that he could still become a villain and a possible main villain for Season 9 if that actually does end up happening. And I think if I'm right about this, I mean, obviously it's a huge theory, it's a huge leap, this is very unlikely, but if I'm right about this, I'd say that The Flash Season 9 is basically confirmed. So this theory I've had for a while, but what I think could happen is if we end up getting a flashback of Eddie Thawne in Season 1, in Episode 6 of Season 8, I think that this could be a great opportunity to say how Eddie Thawne could still possibly be alive. Now, what I think could have happened is Reverse Flash realizes that, maybe the time remnant from Season 2 ends up realizing that the original version of Eobard Thawne was erased from existence, so he goes back in time and somehow saves Eddie Thawne's life. Therefore, Eobard Thawne still exists. I think that's definitely possible. But then, the question of if Eddie's still alive, where has he been? How has he not returned, before? And the theory here is, at least my theory, is that Reverse Flash, sort of molds him into a speedster, makes him become a speedster, and, persuades him to hate Barry and to become a villain. I think that's definitely possible, and I think that would be really cool to see. And then, of course, he might end up becoming Cobalt Blue because of that. So what I think could happen here is there might be a little teaser in regards to some of that in episode 6 of Season 8, and then maybe in the finale of the season they end up doing a cliffhanger where Eddie Thawne returns in the flesh, and he eventually becomes a villain, and that would be Cobalt Blue. At least that's just a huge theory, guys. Keep that in mind. That is just a huge theory. But yeah, personally, I would just assume that if there's some type of Eddie Thawne still being alive teaser in the flashback from episode 6, I would personally say that I think it's pretty likely that there would be a Flash Season 9. However, this could also just be there's a little teaser in episode 6, and then in the second half of the season, Eddie Thawne ends up being the main villain. I think that's also possible. However, I think this episode 6, Eddie Thawne returning for just, whether it be a flashback or time travel, I think that's still going to foreshadow something else happening with Eddie Thawne in the future of the show. But yeah, obviously all that stuff about, Eddie still being alive and, the Reverse Flash being involved, all that stuff, I think, it's obviously a huge theory. And we do know that Reverse Flash in the crossover of the first 5 episodes of Season 8, of course, is going to be a quote-unquote problem for Team Flash, which is what Eric Wallace said, at least in his Entertainment Weekly interview that he did recently. So maybe there's even a little bit more foreshadowing about Eddie Thawne in that crossover with Reverse Flash. I think that'd definitely be cool to see. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on Eddie Thawne returning? I think that's going to be really, really cool to see. And make sure you guys keep in mind that DC Fandom is tomorrow, and I'm really expecting, a trailer for The Flash Season 8 or something along the lines of that, maybe some more information on this Eddie Thawne stuff, definitely some more information on the crossover, so I recommend that you guys check out DC Fandom if you want all the latest information on The Flash Season 8. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your thoughts on Eddie Thawne returning. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.